Ian Garry versus Vicente Luque. Who's going to win this fight? Well, let's look at their latest performances, in which Ian Garry fought Daniel Rodriguez, in which he dropped him with a kick to the head.
Nelson go away earlier this year. Head kick from Garry.
And finished the job by knocking him out in round one.
This has got to be it. D-Rock covers up. Ian Machado Garry.
And he then went on to fight Neil Magny, in which again, Ian Garry's leg kicks were absolutely lethal in this fight. Round one, dropping him multiple times with those leg kicks. And again in round two, Ian Garry with those leg kicks. And the same thing happened in round three. Leg kicks were very lethal, in which Ian Garry evidently won by decision.
And still undefeated, the future.
Now let's talk about Vicente Luque's latest performances, in which Vicente fought Neil, in which in the first round he got rocked, shook it off, and then got dropped in round one. Now round two comes and Neil takes complete control of this round again, and Neil knocked out Vicente with multiple lethal punches.
How is Luque still? That's gonna do it!
Now Vicente went on to fight RDA, in which they both start off very slow in round one, and then round two Vicente outlanded Rafael, so that round went to Vicente. Then round three came, and Rafael definitely outlanded Vicente in these rounds, but then 4 and 5 came, and Vicente completely outlanded and took control most of the time while in the clinch in these rounds, in which evidently Vicente won by decision.
The silent assassin, Vicente!
Now, this fight is a very good and close fight, and definitely a very big next step for Ian Garry. And I've been hearing what a lot of people have been saying about this fight. Some people are saying that it's a very big test for Ian Garry, since Vicente is a very ferocious puncher.
One or two at a time, but the combinations of Vicente Luque in the pocket are landing very close.
And has high-level striking, and definitely knows what he's doing when it goes to the ground. And then I hear some other people saying that Ian Garry is also a high-level striker, and whatever Vicente does in that fight, Ian Garry will have an answer to. Now, there is a big negative for Vicente going into this fight, and that is that he doesn't move his head at all, which isn't good because most people believe that he has a soft chin. On top of that, ever since he got destroyed by Neil, it seems to me that he lost his killer instinct, which makes a lot of people believe that this will be an easy fight for Ian Garry, because Ian Garry, all he will have to do in this fight to win is to make sure that he doesn't get hit with the lucky punch, but at the same time go in for the kill and hopefully knock out Vicente. Now, with there being negatives on Vicente's part, there's also one big negative on Ian Garry's part, which a lot of people talk about, and that is that he hasn't been tested in the octagon or in the UFC as many times as Vicente has. For example, Vicente has already been tested throughout his whole career, both positive and negative. So statistically, this is what Vicente outperforms Ian Garry in, but I do believe and I do hope that Ian Garry wins this fight, only because he is the favorite, because he is the younger fighter, as most people assume that since he's younger, he has the more determination and a bigger why on why he needs and wants this fight.